Some response to comments. Presumably, van der Leyen is comparing Ireland's past to Ukraine's present day position. It does bear comparison, says John Ryan. Yeah, I agree. And Britain, during the 18th century and 19th century, behaved, well, I was going to say appallingly. I think I will say appallingly, actually. But it did not behave in the same way that Putin is behaving at the moment. And when the writing was on the wall, Britain left. I think there is an opportunity to make comparison. I don't think today was the time to do it. I think that is the injudicious bit, and I hope yes, I probably didn't make that as clear as maybe I should have done. We in the UK have a great deal to be grateful to Ireland for. I certainly do. I mean, I look to Ireland for my ancestry. Certainly my birth mother was from Ireland. She lived in what was a poor part of Dublin in her day. Now it's rather plush. She lived in Clontarf, and she was part of a very large family, as far as I can gather, and she left Ireland. She eloped, apparently, with a young man, went to Manchester, rather like my uncle in that family, and indeed I have there is a story of a grandparent, so it'd be my great grandfather, I think, who came to England in a barrel. I don't think it's really the sort of Edward Lear story which one would want it to be. I think he was stowing away. But it does conjure up images. I have great fondness for Ireland, and great fondness for Scotland, and I think we are within reach of seeing a united Ireland. I don't think that would necessarily be a bad thing. And certainly the mess that the DUP is making of the Northern Ireland Assembly probably is going to drive a movement towards reunification very soon. And I would expect to see the reunification of Ireland sooner than I would expect to see Scotland leaving the Union. I think that probably will be how it will happen. But Britain is going to fracture very soon, and this is one of the consequences of Brexit, and certainly a consequence of the incredibly poor management that we've seen in the last few years, particularly since Cameron. So maybe the whole thing can be attributed to Brexit. Foolishness. Within Europe, a fractured Britain would be a positive thing. Outside Europe, a fractured Britain is extremely uncomfortable, and Europe is our only source of hope if indeed Britain fractures, as I expect it probably will, within a generation. Alan says, Professor Tim, please keep off Cruella van der Leyen and have a go at Nadine Dorries. I didn't realise Cruella had given her name both to van der Leyen and to Suella Braverman, but there we are. If you've got 101 Dalmatians, you need to you probably need to keep a good supply of villains, Robin Hood says, shame van der Leyen never mentioned the aggression of Germany that sparked the Second World War and how Europe had to fight for its freedom. Well, that is really the big issue. And again, there is so much that we have to question about our motives and how that war was resolved, because we left Poland in the dark after we went to war to help Poland. I don't understand that either, but there we are. The Russians always tell me, indeed I had quite a heated conversation with one of my Russian students the other day, that Russia won the patriotic war. It was not Britain, and it was not America. I had to point out that Britain was the only country that was in the war from the beginning through to the end against Germany, and not America and not Russia. They were not there at the start. And did we win? Well, we survived. We survived. And that's probably all anybody can hope to do. We survived.